Welcome to the Honorable Mr. Ashok Kumar. As an introduction to entrepreneurship, yeah, and for today's session is being live streamed on the University of STEKOM YouTube channel. And now I will lead our agenda this afternoon. First, we will start our class presentation delivered by Mr. Ashok Kumar and continue with the Q&A session. In the next session, we have time for recommendation and last step is closing. Okay, let's begin. We will start class delivered by Mr. Ashok. The time is yours. Thank you.
You're welcome. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, Actually, thank you so much for being here. Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining today's session. My name is Ashok Kumar, Assistant Professor in Chandigarh Group of Colleges, Jhanjeri, Mohali, and I'm excited to be here with all of you, especially given the diversity of background and perspectives we have across the international audience. And I hope to make this discussion both informative and engaging. I will be taking questions towards the end of the presentations, and without any delay, let's start with the presentation. Do I have the rights to share my PPT with you? Just a second. Is my presentation visible to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Is my presentation available?
Oh, no, no. I already was. Yeah, we can see the presentation.
Uh, is it visible?
Yes.
Okay, so let's start. So as in the first slide, we can see that my name is Ashok Kumar and I'm assistant professor in Chandigarh School of Business, Jhanjeri, Mohali. So my topic for today would be introduction to entrepreneurship. So let's have a detailed view of what entrepreneurship is all about. So we will go one by one on this. First is, who is an entrepreneur? So here the term comes, what entrepreneurship is. The term entrepreneur comes from a French word that is entreprendre, which meaning to undertake certain activities. So there are a number of activities which after undertaking, when a person undertakes such activities, a person is called as an entrepreneur. So what are those activities? It could be producing a product, sell and market a product, and bear overheads like pays rent of land and building, wages to labor, interest on capital, later generate profit out of it. So all these are activities which one a person undertakes, he becomes an entrepreneur out of a normal person. So basically all this meaning, the meaning which is being showed in the slide, it is basically a meaning of a businessman also. So there is some differences, there are some points when we add to the meaning of a businessman, it becomes an entrepreneur. So the points we will delve into later in the next slides, in the coming slides. But for now, the term entrepreneur, the meaning which I have shown on the slide, it is also the meaning of a businessman too. The businessman also produces a product, he sells them and market the product in the market, bear overheads, he also pays expenses of land and building, wages to the labor, interest on capital, and he also generates profit. So what is the difference between an entrepreneur and a businessman? So we are going to see in the coming slides. Again, we have a overall meaning about what entrepreneur is and what a businessman is. Although both are same. So there are again what I have said, there are just 2-3 points when added to a meaning of a businessman becomes an entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is a person who combines various factors of production. So what are the factors of production? Land, labor, capital, manpower. So these are the factors of production which are also used in the businesses. And then processes raw material, and after that converting the raw material into the finished product, and then creates utility, brings benefit out of it, and then sells the produce in the market to earn profit. So this is the actual meaning of an entrepreneur. And we can also say the meaning of a businessman. Entrepreneurs are not made, they are born. So this is one of the point which says that the entrepreneurs are made and not born. So how it is, it is not, it is not something which comes in inheritance. It is not something which comes with your father, with your grandfather. Entrepreneurs are made with your hard work, with your skill, with your persistence, with with your efforts. Any person who have skills and who is willing to be an entrepreneur can become an entrepreneur, and it is not something which comes with inheritance. Next is we have definitions of entrepreneurship. There are two definitions according to A.H. Cole and McClelland. First, we will have on the meaning of McClelland definition. McClelland identifies two features of the entrepreneurship. There are two main points considering that makes him different from the businessman. So these 2 points are doing things in a new and a better way. When a person does new things in a new and a better way, he becomes an entrepreneur. When a normal businessman also brings this quality into in its own business, he will become an entrepreneur. What we have to do is that just doing things in a new and a better way. And second point is decision making under uncertainty. In businesses, we usually have a lot of people who makes decision on behalf of us. But an entrepreneur's main characteristic is that decision making under uncertainty. In case something uncertainty comes pops up, the what decision that person is making. So these two qualities are very much important to convert a businessman into an entrepreneur. So this is the main difference between a businessman and an entrepreneur. Now, on the above definition, which is given of according to A.H. Cole, we will have a look on this also. Entrepreneurship is the purposeful activity of an individual or a group. It could be of an activity of an individual also or on a group also. A group can also become an entrepreneur of associated individuals undertaken to initiate what the main purpose is to initiate, maintain, or organize a profit oriented business unit for the production or distribution of economic goods and series. Till here, the meaning which I have mentioned, with the definition which has been mentioned by E.H. Cole, till now it is all about only a businessman only. Again, as I said earlier, so there are few points which makes a difference whether that person is an entrepreneur or a businessman. It comes in the second line. Therefore, entrepreneurship can be defined as the prosperity of mind to take calculated risk with confidence to achieve a predetermined business or individual objective. So, what is calculated risk over here? Calculated risk means taking the risk which a person can bear. Businessman also take risk. So, what is the difference between risk and calculated risk? Calculated risk means such risk after undertaking such kind of risk, on the next day also we are able to take more risk. It should not be like that today if I'm starting a business of worth rupees 10 crore and tomorrow I'm having a loss of 1 crore, I have taken a risk of 1 crore, and day after that I had a loss of 1 crore, again taking a taking a risk of 1 crore. It should not be like every day I'm taking risk. It should be just calculated risk. After having loss from that risk, it should not make any difference to me. That is called calculated risk. If that risk is bringing difference in my business, if that risk is uh, bringing hurdles in my business, so that risk should not be taken. So we should always take calculated risk, because of which it is possible to have a good business in the future. Next is entrepreneur. An overall overview of what an entrepreneur is, how his quality should be. An uncertainty bearer. Again, what I have said is an uncertainty. He should be, he should know what should happen in the future. In case of any uncertainty, he should be able to make any kind of decision making in uncertainty. In businessman, if we talk about a business person, so the normal thing is that the person will make a decision only. But what in case of uncertainty? He should be smart enough to be active in uncertainty. Next is an organizer, because an entrepreneurship is something like he's starting for the very first time. So everything should be organized. Everything has to be organized by the entrepreneur only. It is not that it is a running business. He's the one who is starting the business. So he is the one who has to organize each and everything. Second, and then we have an innovator. We will have a look on this in the next coming slide, what innovator is. And then change agent. An entrepreneur is a person who always brings a change in the society. So that is the reason he is denoted by the name change agent. Okay, but in case of businesses is like one person is selling fruits, the other person is also selling fruits, third person is also selling fruits. So there is nothing change in that. But the entrepreneur's main focus is that to bring a change in the market, change in the society, change in the country. Next is a creative of new system. So the entrepreneur is a creator of new system. He can either create a new product, a new market, a new services. So he's the person who is a creator of new system. So wherever this word innovator or creator words pops up, the entrepreneur is the second word which will always comes on. And next is risk taker. And what is risk taker? I already told you, it is not only a risk taker, it is a calculated risk taker. A person who takes calculated risk, not a normal risk. A risk which he is able to bear, which he can take on. And next we have is types of participants. There are four types of participants. When a person enters into entrepreneurship, there are four tags which we give to them. That four tags, what it could be: doers, dreamers, dawdlers, and duds. What are doers? Doers simply means a normal person who already has set a plan, who already wanted to achieve this thing, and he has achieved. So that will be considered as doer, a successful person, a successful entrepreneur. Now, what are dreamers? Dreamers means doing something but not their dream project. So these are the person who are doing something, who are into entrepreneurship, who are doing some innovation, but not what they dreamed for. If I wanted to get into the car sector, into automobile sector, but I'm working in IT sector, still I'm an entrepreneur. I'm doing something. I'm doing innovations, but it is not my dream project. So if I wanted to become a businessman, and now I'm a businessman. If I wanted to start a business, if I wanted to start a business of textile, and I am starting a business of textile, then I will be considered in the category of doer. But dreamer, they person are doing something but not their dream project. These are called dreamers. And the third one is dawdlers, undecided. They have not decided anything, whether they should go for a business, whether they should go for an entrepreneurship, whether they should sell this particular product, whether they should get into this sector, whether they should get into textile, automobile, IT. They have not decided anything. So these people are called as dawdlers. And the last one is duds. What are duds? Abandon their ideas of being entrepreneur. These are the people who have already abandoned the idea of being an entrepreneur. Now the question arises: when a person abandon their idea of being an entrepreneur. If I as a person wants to become an entrepreneur today, so what could be the reason that I have abandoned my idea? What could be the reason that I don't want to become an entrepreneur today? So there could be reasons. uh, for instance, we can say that I have seen someone who has been in depression because of entrepreneurship. I have seen someone who has faced a lot of rejections. I have seen someone whose business went downturn. Okay, I have seen someone who has faced a lot of losses. I have seen someone who was in a lot of stress. I have seen someone who was not able to maintain work life balances. All these reasons can somewhere convince me to abandon the idea of being an entrepreneur. So these people are called dirts, but they can do change their mind in the future also if they can get a proper guidance. So these are the four type of participants, four type of tags which we give to a person when a person enters into entrepreneurship. These are doers, dreamers, dawdlers, and duds. Next we have is difference between entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. It is very much important to understand what is entrepreneur and what is entrepreneurship. Usually people get confused in these both terms. Whenever they ask about entrepreneurship, they keep explaining about entrepreneur, and when they ask about entrepreneur and they keep explaining about entrepreneurship. Both are different. It is Entrepreneurship is basically a broader term which involves entrepreneur, and entrepreneur itself is a narrower term. Let's see. Entrepreneur is just a person, but the process of entrepreneur, that is called entrepreneurship. We will go one by one. Refers to a person, that is entrepreneur, but in entrepreneurship it is refers to a process. In the same way, in entrepreneur it's a creator. We are talking about just individual in case of entrepreneur. Whenever we are talking about an entrepreneur, we are not talking about the whole business. We are talking about the creator only. We are talking about only the person entrepreneur. But in entrepreneurship, creator will get converted into creation. Organizer will be converted into organization. The person who has started the business, who has started the innovation, that is an organizer. But this whole organization, if I today started a business, I am an organizer. But is it possible for me to to do this business only on my own only? I need other people also. I need other staff also who will help me that how to start this business. In the same way, this whole this whole body will be considered as organization. So everything will be included in that. Now if I as an entrepreneur have started a business, I have started entrepreneurship unit. So I will also hire a marketing team, I will also hire an HR team, I will also have logistics and all. So this is the whole organization. We are talking about the whole lot. In the same way, next we have a decision maker. As entrepreneur is a decision maker, but in entrepreneurship, an actual decision making is done. It is not the purpose, it is not the duty of only one person, but there is a whole team, marketing team, human resource team, all are making decisions. So overall, that will be considered as entrepreneurship. Again, we have initiator and initiative, leader and leadership, motivator and motivation. The last one is risk taker and risk taking. Entrepreneur is just a risk taker, but when a risk is being taken, it is being taken by the whole unit, by the whole business. All the stakeholders are taking the risk at that particular moment. If I'm entering into a new market, it is not that I am just the one who is taking this risk. The whole entrepreneurship unit, the whole people who are involved, all are taking risk. All the stakeholders are taking risk. Now the question arises, what is stakeholder? Stakeholder is a stakeholder, we could say that all those person who are getting affected by your business, by your entrepreneurship, by your uh, products, that those are called as stakeholders. Now stakeholders could be buyer also, the consumer is also a stakeholder, the supplier is also a stakeholder, the shareholder is also a stakeholder. Okay, the critics are also a stakeholder. Every single person who is getting affected by the acts being done by your businesses or your unit, that is called as stakeholders. So whenever a risk is being taken, it is not the entrepreneur only who is taking risk, it is the whole unit that is taking risk. Suppose tomorrow we are having a profit. Tomorrow my entrepreneurship unit had a profit of 100 crores. I will divide those in my teams also. I will give them bonuses, I will give them other benefits also. In the same way, if I'm having loss tomorrow, so that will also be divided between all the people. So this is the main difference between what an entrepreneur is and what entrepreneurship is. So today we are not talking about only an entrepreneur, we are talking on a broader term, that is entrepreneurship. Next is the next very important slide of entrepreneurship. It is one of the most important thing when we talk about entrepreneurship. The what is the difference between invention and innovation? People usually get confused over here that invention and innovation both are same, but invention and innovation both are different things. Let's have a look on this. Invention is creating something new and result in a new knowledge. We need to understand over here is that whenever an entrepreneurship starts, only innovation word is being attached to the entrepreneurship and not invention. Okay, whenever this innovation words pops up, the second word there should be, it is entrepreneurship, and not invention should not be considered with the entrepreneurship. Now what is the difference between this? When for the very first time I'm bringing some knowledge to the market or to the society, that is called invention. But every single time I'm making changes to that particular invention, that is called innovation. If if we start, suppose if we have added this invention word to the entrepreneurship, only the one who is making invention is called the entrepreneur. So how is it possible? There will be left only few entrepreneurs in the world. Like taking an example of Thomas Edison, he was the one who started the bulb. He was the one who invented bulb. He was the inventor of the bulb, isn't it? So he is called as, this is called as invention. But what is innovation? If we see in today's era, there are a lot of bulbs available. There are LED lights, there are color lights of different colors, white, yellow, blue, green, and different watts. They are consuming different energies, different electricity. So okay, so this is called innovation. So this is difference between invention and innovation. Every time uh, we are making any changes and we are making any kind of innovation into the invention, that is called innovation. And wherever there is innovation, there is this entrepreneurship. Let's have a look over here. Transferring an idea into application. That idea is transferred into application. Now it has implemented. Chandelier you have seen, that is also innovation. We have seen lights in automobile, in cars, in bikes, in scooters, so that is also innovation. Okay, we have a light in mobile phones also, in the smartphones also, that is also an innovation. But it was invented just once. Once the idea came, all the changes which are being made to that invention, that is called innovation. And innovation is related to entrepreneurship and not invention. We need to understand this. Resulting in new product, services, or processes. The second point is, it is also very important one. Resulting in new product, services, and processes, which means if I am making an innovation, it is not only about the product only. It is not that if I will make an innovation in the product only, then I will be considered as an entrepreneur. If I'm bringing change in any services, suppose earlier also there were buying and selling of the goods, but today we have Amazon, made by Jeff Bezos. Now we can do online shopping also. The process is same. Everything is same. Today also we are buying. Uh, in the contemporary era, then also we were buying. But what happened is they have changed the process. They have changed how it will be sold. Earlier we could. It is not possible for us to sit in a cabin and order anything online. But today it is possible. So that is also innovation. That is not invention. That is innovation. What was invention? When for the very first time the item was sold, that could have been invention. But today this is called innovation. So every time innovation is being made, that is called as entrepreneurship. Next is Characteristics of entrepreneur. What are the main features? What are the main traits of an entrepreneur? First is self-confidence. Self-confidence is very much important when you're starting a business. When you are entering into entrepreneurship, you should already assume that there is going to be a lot of stress. Passion. Only start a business you are passionate about, because entrepreneurship you will face a lot of obstacles, lot of hurdles, lot of stress. You will also have doubt on your own self. But if a person is passionate about his own business, about the thing he is doing, about the innovation he is doing, he is confident enough, he will definitely do it. Next is motivation. Always have to be motivated, never take stress. And then is product knowledge. It is very much important if you're entering into entrepreneurship relating to any particular product. That product knowledge is very much necessary. Without the product knowledge, it is not possible to convince others to buy your product. Okay, because the product is already there. You have made any innovation into that product. That innovation along with that product knowledge, you need to explain to the customer. Only then they will purchase your product. Next is ability to network. What is ability to network? You have made the product, but how will you sell it? How are you going to sell it? You have already made your product, but how will you sell it? It is only possible if you will have a network. Here we will take a help of network marketing. I hope everyone has heard about network marketing. With the help of network, word to word, there are a lot of ways of doing marketing. So with the help of that, we will sell the product. Next is optimism. Always be optimistic. Always have to be positive only. Never, never be negative with regarding your own business. Next is vision. What is your vision? Long-term vision, short-term vision. Taking an example of Elon Musk, what is his vision related to SpaceX? His main focus is to bring to take humans to Mars. This is his main vision. This is the long-term vision, isn't it? So always have a vision when you're starting a business or an entrepreneurship. Always have a goal mindset and always be ready to take risk. Again, point to remember is not a normal risk. It should not be like that every time a risk is coming. Considering this point that higher the risk, higher reward, you're taking risk and again. Don't do that. Always have calculated risk only. If any amount of money is going out of your pocket, it should not make any difference to your business. That is called calculated risk. Okay. Next is creativity. You always have to be creative. Only then you will be able to find out solution to the problems. Next is persuasiveness. What if persuasiveness? To persuade someone, to put your influence to someone and make them believe what you are saying is that is right and not what other person is saying is right. This is called persuasiveness. Always have an influence on the other person. Either could be the supplier, either could be the investor also. You also need investors for the same. Always have your business plan in such a way that you should be able to persuade your investor to invest in your business. This is called persuasiveness. You should be able to persuade your customers also. Only then you will be able to sell. Next is decision making. It's a very simple point. Decision making. Always have to make always be ready to make decision in case of uncertainty. Not normal decision making, but when we talk about decision making, always assume decision making in case of uncertainty. Okay. Next is tenacity. What is tenacity? Always be strong enough. Always be strong enough that wherever there is failure, never take that seriously. Just keep working hard till you reach your goal. Just keep working hard till you are not able to reach your goal. Once you have reached, that is the point you are successful. And last one is money management. Last one is money management. What is money management? Arranging your funds in such a way that it should not affect your business. I would like to bring an example over here of whether we should purchase an asset or take it on lease. What would you suggest? For me, I would say that if you're being an entrepreneur, if you have started a business, you should always go for lease financing only. What is lease financing? Getting an asset on rent, because we don't know whether this business is going to be successful or not, whether our idea or innovation is going to be successful or not. So never block your money in buying the set. There are technological changes also, isn't it? If today we are having 5G, tomorrow we are going to have 6G internet services. Never invest whole amount of money in a particular asset, because tomorrow we have to cope up with the uh, modern technology. So that's why always go for lease financing and not purchasing the asset. This way you will be have a lot amount of money which you can use somewhere else. So this is last point, money management. And again, it's a detailed explanation. We can go one by one. Risk taker. Entrepreneurs minimize risk through research, planning, and skill development. Research, planning, and skill development. If we will focus on this, automatically a risk will come down. Next is perceptive. Always have positive perception. Always be optimistic. Never consider your problem as a problem. Once you will consider your problem as a problem, it will get doubled only. So always consider your problem as an opportunity and challenges only. And try to find more solutions to one problem. It should not be like that, that if you're having a problem, you are getting one solution only. Try to have 10 solutions if you're having one problem. This way, you will be able to improve and innovate more and more. And next is curious. Entrepreneurs like to know how things work. They take the time and initiative to pursue the unknown. Always be curious enough to know more things. Always be able to explore. Once you will be have this habit of exploring and being curious, automatically the innovation will come. Automatically that you will have ideas how to innovate. Automatically you will get more ideas that what changes you should bring to your market, your product, and your services. Next we have it imaginative. Always be imaginative. Imaginative means that even if you're not having any problem, just assume that what if this happens? What should I do? In case of such kind of situation, what should I do? Just have an imaginative scenario in your mind and try to find a solution to a problem which you have created on your own only in your mind. It is not in reality. Just always be imaginative. This way, you will be able to have you will be able to do brainstorming, and brainstorming also leads to innovation. I hope everyone knows about what brainstorming is. Next
Um,
is
Hello, sir. Yeah. Can you move on the slide because still it's a first slide shown.
you want me to open the first slide?
No, no, no. Maybe you can next your PowerPoint because until now we still in the first page.
I have already changed the slide.
Oh, isn't okay, Jerry.
Just hold on for a second. There might be a technical glitch over there. Uh, हाँ मैं कर रहा हूँ. Is it moving now?
No, sir. Still number three.
Just hold on for a second.
Yeah, yeah, it's okay.
Now,
Yes, already. Yeah, thank you, sir.
is it working now?
Yes, in the slide of number 10.
Where is slide? I am not able to see now. Is it visible now?
Yes, already slide in the 10 of number slide.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
So, uh, let me show this slide all over again. So this was the slide of an entrepreneur, and this was the type of participants which we have done: doers, dreamers, dawdlers, and duds. And then we have difference between entrepreneur and entrepreneurship. And then this was the difference between invention and innovation. And then this was the features of entrepreneur. And here we are now in the 12th slide. Next was imaginative, we have done persistent. What is persistent? Being persistent to do the business in continuity. True entrepreneurs face bureaucracy, make mistake, receive criticism, and deal with money, family, or stress problem. But they still stick to their dreams of seeing the venture succeed. So always be persistent. Always do your business in continuity. Never take this family problems or stress, money problem, and your mistakes and the political pressure too seriously. Always keep focusing on your work and be persistent. Only with persistence only we are able to be successful. There are a lot of entrepreneurs in the world who, before having a successful business, they have started hundreds of businesses. There are a lot of examples over there. And next we have is goal setting. Entrepreneurs are motivated by excitement of starting a new business. Once achieved, they seek out new goals or ventures to try. I have a vision. Once the vision is, once I have achieved my vision, once I have achieved what I wanted to, I will keep setting goals, because once you are entered into the business, once you have entered into entrepreneurship, you will always strive for excellence. You will always strive for more and more innovation only. So you will keep setting the goals. Next is self-confident. So it's very much clear you have to be self-confident. Uh, Without self confidence it is not possible, it is really not possible to have to become an entrepreneur. And next is flexible. Entrepreneur must be flexible in order to adapt to the changing trend. So this point is very much important. Always be flexible enough to adapt to the changes. If you're not able to adapt to the changes, how the innovation will be happen? Innovation will only happen when you are flexible enough. If you are having rigid and following conventional methods, it is not possible to do any kind of a business. Normal business is also not possible if flexibility is not there. So entrepreneur should always be flexible and be able to adapt to the changing trend. Changing trend could be economic points also, including inflation, deflation, customer preferences. Okay, so all these points are very much important. Consider this all these points and then react to the market conditions. Next we have is independent. An entrepreneur desire for control and ability to make decision. A entrepreneur is such kind of a person who is always independent, who is not influenced by other person. He always make decision on its own only, because this is this is a place where he gets this freedom to make decisions on its own. So even if a person after becoming an entrepreneur is being influenced by the other person, that person has already lost his feature of characteristic of an entrepreneur. That person is not an entrepreneur. To become an entrepreneur, a person should be independent. Independent in terms of ideas, in terms of making decisions. Next is hardworking. So it's very much obvious a person who has started his business, he has to be hardworking, and he has to strive very hard, and he also have to work long hours, maybe more than what we are doing in the job, 12 hours. Maybe he has to work for 20 hours and hardly be able to get 4 hours of sleep. But it has to compromise over there. Next is traits of an entrepreneur. It is completely linked to the features of entrepreneur. Self-motivated, involved, ability to plan, rule breaking, adaptability, vision, sticking at it, passion, uncertainty, tolerance, self-confidence. The point here to be focused, as we have already discussed these points in the earlier slides, there is this fourth point, that is rule breaking. Rule breaking doesn't mean that the government has set any kind of a law and we are trying to break it, or there are some loopholes in the system and we are trying to take advantage out of it. It doesn't mean over that. What rule breaking here means is that thinking out of the box. When we will start thinking out of the box, only then we will start having more solutions, innovative solutions to a problem. So rule breaking means thinking out of the box. Next is stages of entrepreneurship. There are four stages. The first one is dreamer, architect, and then we have then next one is the builder and the cultivator. So I will go one by one. Taking an example of my own. If I am starting a business, if I am getting into entrepreneurship, then what is the first point? First point is to become a dreamer, where I will have a dream in my mind that this is something which I want to do. This is something in this kind of innovation I want to do in my future, and this is in my mind right now. So that person will be called as a dreamer. If we see, there are thousands of dreamers, and their entrepreneurship ends at the dreamer level only. They do not do anything after that. They just only dream. Every person is a dreamer over here. So the second point is architect. Now what is architect? If I am having a idea in my mind, How will I bring into reality? I need an architect. For example, if I'm writing a book, if I have written a book, and is it possible for me to publish? I am not a publisher. The publisher will publish my book. He will make the necessary changes into it. He will give a shape to my book, and it will get published. So I am just a dreamer. I have written my book, but who is the architect now? The publisher, the publisher of my book. In the same way, the architect will make a blueprint of the venture which I want to start. That is the person who will make a model, who will make a business model, that how the business will be started. I made a dream, I had a dream, I had an idea, but it will be converted into blueprint, into a model by the architect itself and not by me. And dreamer and architect can never be the same person. It is once in a blue moon that dreamer and architect are the same person. For example, we can take an example of a movie also. We have seen an actor in a movie. That person is an actor, isn't it? That person is just an actor, but there is this whole movie. But let's say I have written a, I am a lyricist. I have written a song. I will not sing. Who will sing? The singer will sing. In the same way, if I am having any dream, the other person will bring it into reality. I always need any other person to bring a shape to what I am having in my mind, isn't it? So dreamer and architect both are always a different person. But yes, once in a blue moon, it could happen that the dreamer and the architect both are the same person. Next is the builder. What is a builder? This is the stage where we implement that business model, that blueprint. We actually start working on that. We actually started building the foundation of that idea which we have, which is in the business model done by the architect itself. The builder. This is a stage where the dream can first become reality. The builder then literally turns the dream into reality. We are now at critical juncture of the venture. We are now at the point where a business is going to start now, which has already started. We have launched our product in the market. This is the builder stage. And the fourth one is the cultivator. Now this is the growth stage where we call the most important one, the cultivator, or we could say the entrepreneur also. The cultivator and the entrepreneur both are the same person. Once the business is launched, the cultivator's primary role is to guide the business through the various level of growth. Now, I as an entrepreneur, if I have launched my business, I will guide the business through the various levels of growth, starting at the initial stage, mediocre stage, at the saturation point. Every stage, I will be the cultivator. I will be the guider for my business. And now, next we have is classification of entrepreneurship. What is classification of entrepreneur? There are different uh, different ways we have divided the entrepreneur on the basis of motivation, on different ways. We have on the basis of motivation, on the basis of business size, on the basis of personality traits, on the basis of risk appetite, how much hunger is there, on the basis of industry. So these are on the basis of ownership. So these are the types of entrepreneur. How can we classify what kind of entrepreneur a person is? So we will do one by one. First is based on motivation. What is motivation? So under that we have innovative entrepreneur. What is innovative entrepreneur? Initially from the very beginning I am saying wherever there is this word innovative, the second word will come entrepreneur only. So focus on innovation. Such kind of person focuses on innovation, creates new product, services, processes, any anywhere he is adding something new. That person is an entrepreneur. For example, Steve Jobs. What Steve Jobs has done? Apple, iPhone. Elon Musk. What is his innovation? Tesla, electric vehicles, SpaceX. So these are the people who at every point are making just innovations only. I think Elon Musk suits more better over here. He is the one who is doing innovation day by day. First electric cars, then SpaceX. Again, he will be doing more and more on this only. So suitability, common in industry with rapid change and high competition. In case of high competition, a person has to be innovative. Otherwise, that person will lose his business. He will lose the customer. He will lose everything. So to strive in the market, to be stable in the market, you always have to be innovative only. Second is imitative entrepreneur. What does imitative mean? To copy. A person who keeps on copying, that person is called as imitative entrepreneur. Let's have a look on the meaning. Adopts or imitate existing ideas or technologies and applies them in new market or region. So it is not important that a person has to bring a new product only or new services only. But we can do one thing is that copy someone's idea and bring into the new market. Again, I said wherever there is this new word, automatically entrepreneurship will come. So Even though we have 90% of the things we have copied from someone, 90% of the things we have imitated from someone, but we are launching in the new market. When we are launching into the new market, this is again called entrepreneur only. With this, there is this word na, new. So automatically that person will become an entrepreneur. Imitative entrepreneur. Entrepreneurs bring global business models. Example, Uber, inspired by local ride sharing apps. Uber is also the one of the example of imitative entrepreneur. Suppose uh, suppose let's say in America there is this particular innovation, but it is not in India. I am bringing that innovation to India. Again, I will become an imitative entrepreneur. And if you're taking some innovation from India to Indonesia, again it will become an imitative entrepreneur. So it is not like that there is already this product is launched, everything is already fixed. How can a person become entrepreneur? A person can still become an entrepreneur. Next is social entrepreneur. What is social entrepreneur? Focuses on solving social, environmental, or community issues using innovative business solution. For example, uh, in every state, in every country, government makes brings certain steps or certain banks which helps the society, which helps the lower section of the society, the poorer section. So these people are called as social entrepreneur. Government can also be considered as a social entrepreneur because there are some people who works for the society only. They work for the environmental changes. They wanted to bring good to the community. So these people are called as social entrepreneurs, often in non-profit or impact-driven sectors. Non-profit organizations are also social entrepreneurs. The same point will come again also, but with a different name. So next is lifestyle entrepreneur. Builds a business to support a desired lifestyle rather than solely for financial gain. So lifestyle entrepreneur is a person who at the time of bringing innovation or bringing change, this person is also enjoying his life also. Builds a business to support a desired lifestyle. That this is the lifestyle I am living and this is the lifestyle I want you also to live. Biggest example is bloggers. What are they doing? Some of them are going for the trips, some of them are going for the tours, isn't it? So these are the lifestyle entrepreneurs. They have built a wealth out of it. They have built a fortune out of it. In India, there are a lot of YouTubers who are having lakhs, who are having millions and millions of subscribers, 5 million, 10 millions. What they are selling? Nothing. They're just selling the lifestyle. So these are called lifestyle entrepreneurs. Examples: digital nomads, freelance consultant, and bloggers. Again, as I said, blogger is the best suitable example over here. Next is based on business size. So if I'm starting a business on a small scale, so it will be considered as a small business entrepreneur. If I'm having a business at a large scale and it is possible to scale my business as much as I want, then it will be considered as a scalable startup entrepreneur. There are a lot of entrepreneurs who don't want to expand their businesses, but they have started something new. They For example, family businesses, it is usually happen with the family owned businesses only, that they don't want to expand too much because they want all the people from the family only to work in this business. They don't want any outsider uh, to come and work in the business. So such kind of entrepreneurs are called as small business entrepreneurship. Okay. Next is scalable startup entrepreneur. Such kind of businesses where I have started a unit, but I am expecting to expand this particular business in the coming days or in the coming months or the coming years to the whole country or the whole state. So these are called scalable startup entrepreneurs. Features: uh, we can take an example of founders of unicorn startup. Jeff Bezos with Amazon. He started from USA. Day by day, it went to other countries also. Now all over the world, billions of sale is being made every single minute. So this is called scalable startup entrepreneur. That once they have built an idea, once they got an idea, now they want that idea to reach each and every corner of the world. So these are called scalable startup entrepreneur, which wants to scale their businesses. But in small business entrepreneur, they don't want to get out of that particular boundary where they are already doing the businesses. Next is based on personality trait. Based on personality. One on one hand we have visionary, on the other side we have opportunistic. Let's see. Driven by a clear long-term vision, these entrepreneurs take calculated risks and are highly innovative. Again, these 2 points, this will come again and again. Calculated risk, not normal risk, only calculated risk, and are highly innovative. For example, entrepreneurs focus on futuristic industries like AI or space exploration. Again, as I have told earlier in the earlier slides, that Elon Musk's main focus is space exploration, taking humans to the Mars, building a life on Mars planet. So this is his futuristic endeavor. This is what he wants to do, isn't it? He wants to explore more AI. So this is his vision. So these are called visionary entrepreneur. Even though they are working right now, even though they are working in the sector of space exploration, but his main objective is what? To take humans to the Mars. So suitability, tech heavy or emerging markets. So this is suitable. Visionary entrepreneurs are suitable where there is tech heavy. Tech heavy means where technology is being highly used, or emerging markets. And next we have is opportunistic entrepreneur. Seizes the opportunity as they arise, focusing on short-term gain rather than long-term vision. Opportunity always arises for a short period of time only. If it is for a long period of time, then it's not an opportunity, it is actual planning that we have done, that this is what we will do in the next 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, or 100 years. So that is for a long term. But opportunity in opportunistic entrepreneurs, they always do it for a short term gains only. We can take an example of COVID. At the time of COVID, two things were sold: mask, face mask, and sanitizers. But at that point, face mask was not produced by almost everyone. But all of a sudden, the production of mask was boosted. Why? Because they have seen the opportunity. They have seen this opportunity and they have grabbed that opportunity. Now the COVID was for 1 2 years, so that was just a short-term gain for the people who did manufacturing in the sector of mask and sanitizers. So these are called opportunistic entrepreneur. They just seize an opportunity whenever they arrive. Examples, in example, we have real estate flipper or seasonal business owners. We have seasonal fruits also. So that will also be considered in opportunistic entrepreneur only. Next we have is serial entrepreneur. This is one of my favorite entrepreneurs, serial entrepreneur. Their main business, their main task is just to start multiple businesses. Once they have reached a saturation point, they will sell it to the other person. The most profitable entrepreneur. They just know how to start a business. They know how to bring audience to them. They know how to sell it to the customer. Once the valuation is reached up to a particular point, they will sell this business to the other person. Me as a person who doesn't have any business background, it will be very hard for me to start a business. But in case of serial entrepreneur, what they do is they have this knowledge, they have their expertise, they start a business, they nourish that, and then once it has reached the saturation level, once it has reached a particular valuation, whichever they have decided, they will sell that business to any other person, to third person. Example is Richard Branson. This is how they build their wealth. Found in industries with high potential for rapid scaling or exit. So these are found in industries where there is rapid scaling or exits. So these are called serial entrepreneurs. Next is based on risk appetite. What is appetite? Hunger. As I told you, there are we have to take calculated risk only, but here we can divide it into two: risk-taking entrepreneur and conservative entrepreneur. What is risk-taking? The person who is able to take high risk, who believes in higher the risk, higher reward. This person have such kind of an attitude where he believes the higher the risk, the higher the reward. But he forgot, but he does not give importance to this. The higher the risk, higher the reward, but higher the loss also. So this is something which we need to understand, that sometimes we have to be conservative and not be brave enough to be taking risk again and again. So second point is conservative entrepreneur. Take minimal risk, focusing on steady and sustainable growth. So the main focus is to take risk, but minimal risk. Again, as I said, only that much amount from your pocket should go out. After losing that, it should not make any kind of a difference to you. That is conservative entrepreneur, and this is the smartest one also. These type of conservative entrepreneurs stays in the market for a long period of time. Example: entrepreneur is well-established industries like manufacturing or retail, and suitability, mature market with stable demand. So this is the points of conservative entrepreneur. For my personal choice, I would always go for conservative entrepreneur rather than risk-taking entrepreneur. Next is based on industry. What is based on industry? We have further points: tech entrepreneur and green entrepreneur. So tech means the one who has focused on technology, specializes in technology-driven solutions or products. Example is Mark Zuckerberg. He made Facebook, Meta. Now there are a lot of products over there. We have Meta also, we have Instagram also, we have Thread also, which was recently launched. So any innovation, Thread is a innovation which is done by Mark Zuckerberg. So all these innovations, when made by such kind of a person in the field of technology, these are called as tech entrepreneurs. Bill Gates is also one of the biggest example who brought uh, Microsoft to us. Suitability. IT, software development, or electronics. And next we have is green entrepreneur. What is green entrepreneur? Focuses on environmentally sustainable or eco-friendly business practices. Any person who is bringing innovation in the field of environmental, okay, in the field of eco-friendly businesses, so this person is called as green entrepreneur. Example is anyone who is working in the field of renewable energy, sustainable fashion, or recycling. So we have seen disposal glass. So we don't have to use any other utensils for that. So that is also what green entrepreneur. Why? Because they have focused, they have done innovation in the field of recycling. So suitability, industries focused on sustainability or climate change mitigation. So such kind of industries are called as green entrepreneurs. So only green entrepreneurs focus on such kind of industries only. They work in these industries only, in the field of renewable energy, in the field of solar energy, in the field of recycling and all. So this is all about green entrepreneur. Next we have is agricultural entrepreneurship. So what is it? Focuses on innovation or improvement in agriculture and related sectors. So these are called as agriculture entrepreneur, the one who makes an innovation in the field of agriculture. Example could be organic farming. Organic farming, what is organic farming? Not using any kind of pesticides or insecticides. Or in the field of agri-tech, finding new ways to do agriculture, to do farming. So this is called as agriculture entrepreneur. How to do farming using not using lot amount of money. So this is called agricultural entrepreneurship. So suitability, rural or agriculture driven economies. So basically agriculture entrepreneurship emerges from rural areas only. Why? Because rural area is the area where they are facing a lot of problems. So where there will be problems, there will be solutions also. The person who recognizes such problems and finds a solution to it, that person will become a agricultural entrepreneur. And the sixth point is based on ownership. Based on ownership, as in the first definition I have said, an individual or a group associated. So this is the point of that, a solo entrepreneur or a partnership entrepreneur. When one person starts a business, one person does an innovation, that will be called as solo entrepreneur. But when a group, a co-founders, all of them are together, all together starts a business, that will be called as partnership entrepreneur. Joint venture is one of the example. When two or more people come to a start a business and achieve a particular venture, this is called partnership entrepreneur. Suitability, we talk about suitability, large scale or capital intensive ventures where it is not possible for a single person to start a business. It could be many reasons. It could be that the a lot amount of money is required, a huge amount of investment is required. It is not possible for a sole person to start a business. In that case, an entrepreneur will always look for a co-founders. I hope everyone know what co-founder is. When I have started a business and I am only the one, I am the founder of my business, but apart from me, there are other people also, so they will be named as co-founders. For if anyone wants to start a business for a long period of time, who wants to scale their business as we have done in the scalable entrepreneurship, so they will always go for a partnership entrepreneur only, because we always need different kind of expertise when we want to scale our business. So this is the difference between sole entrepreneur and partnership entrepreneur. Next is based on goals. So goals could be, the main goal is always profit oriented and other is non-profit entrepreneur. Now what is profit? It's very much clear. E-commerce or retail business owners, what are their main focuses? To earn more and more profit. What Amazon is doing. If I am selling my product on Amazon, what is Amazon getting? Amazon is getting commission from that. I am also getting I am also getting commission by selling my product, isn't it? So main focus is profit oriented. So profit oriented businesses or profit oriented entrepreneur, their main focus is always to find ways to get money out of the customer. So these are profit oriented entrepreneurs. And the second point is non-profit entrepreneur. The main focus of non-profit entrepreneur is not money. Their main focus is to provide services to the people, to work for the good of the people. So, for example, NGOs, charitable organization, there are thousands of NGOs and charitable organizations who are working for the welfare of the people. So these are called as non-profit entrepreneur. Again, the word entrepreneur. How this word entrepreneur fits in non-profit organizations. So in India, we have different organizations. Taking an example, there are some organizations uh, who are working for animals only, who are working for animal abuse only, and there are some people who are working for human trafficking. So there are some organizations, some NGOs who are working for only asset victims only. So These are the entrepreneur, the one who is working for a particular sector who is not being touched by any other person. So that person will automatically become a non-profit entrepreneur. Healthcare examples could be healthcare, education, and community development. Next is based on technology adoption. Traditional entrepreneur and tech savvy. This is the last one. Traditional entrepreneur operates using conventional method without adopting modern technology extensively. Such kind of entrepreneur does not cope up with the market, does not cope up with what is happening in the what is in trend and what is happening in the market. The main focus is to use conventional methods only. For example, local artisans or brick or mortar stores. We've taken an example of local artisans only. Local artisans only. They are doing painting. They are finding different ways of showing their art. So these are the traditional entrepreneurs. Suitability, local market with less emphasis on tech. They does not focus on tech because if they will focus on tech, everything will be automated or AI generated. They will lose what they are providing to the customers. The art will be lost over there. That's why they never focus on technology. They always focus on their own conventional methods only. And the last one is tech savvy. Leverages technology to innovate, scale, and optimize business operation. App developers. App developers as tech savvy entrepreneur. Again, which we have done an example of Jeff Bezos, sorry, Microsoft and Elon Musk. So tech savvy is similar to that only. Next we have is importance of entrepreneurship. What is importance of entrepreneur? uh, Economic, social, and psychological. We will go one by one. First is an economic, contributes to nation's wealth. If I will start a business, I will provide employment to a lot of people. When I will provide employment to a lot of people, then what will happen? There will be income generation. When there will be income generation, so there will be increase in per capita income. When there will be increase in the per capita income, automatically our national income will also increase, and at the end eventually our GDP will also increase, gross domestic product. So somewhere it is helping our economic or our own country. Next is creates job opportunity, I already explained. And then invention, innovation, technology development. Okay, when we will enter into entrepreneurship, government will help us to bring innovation or invention or modern technology from the other countries to your own country, so that you can help other people to excel or to grow. So this is also possible with the help of entrepreneurship only. Next is create competitive environment. So when there is entrepreneurship and every person is starting a business in this same field, so automatically there will be competitive environment. Every person will strive to excel in that particular field. So this is only possible when there is entrepreneurship. Suppose there is only one person who is doing the business. There is one person who is making an innovation. Even after 5 years, let's say for 5 years, that person is not making any innovation, still his business will be at top. Why? Because there is no competition. When there will be competition, there will be insecurity. And when there will be insecurity, automatically people will strive to excel and to stand out of the market. So that's why creates competitive environment. And in social, raises income and standard of living. How societal benefit entrepreneurship provide us? It raises the income, as we have done in the nation wealth point, and it also raises the standard of living. Automatically, when I will have when my income will be doubled, I will have different sources of income. My standard of living will also get improved. Then is promotes self-employment and helps solving a social problem. So it promotes self-employment and helps solving a social problem also. If I'm starting a business, I'm getting into entrepreneurship. First of all, I will provide employment to my own self. Then I will provide employment to other people also, and I will also try to solve the societal problem and help the society also. And next is sow seeds for small enterprises. So whenever we get into entrepreneurship, and if suppose a business scales and it has turned from small to medium and medium to large scale, then what will happen? It will sow seed for small enterprises. I hope everyone knows about ancillary enterprises. What is that? These are the enterprises or the companies which help the large scale industries or the medium enterprises. How? By providing raw material to them. Suppose today I am having a car company, then how will what will I need? I will need tires, I will need nut bolts, I will need seat covers. So it is not possible for me to uh, produce everything. So I will hire someone for the same. I will hire ABC company to give me tires. I will hire XYZ company to provide me leather. So this way, whenever I'm getting into entrepreneurship, I will sow seeds for the small enterprises also. I am also growing. I will let other
enterprises also to grow by providing me small amount of raw material. Next is wider entrepreneurial base. So this is also importance of the entrepreneurship. And the last one we have is psychological. In this we have help people fulfill creative urge. Every person wants to become rich. Every person wants independence. eh, Wants to become independent. Every person does not want to work from 9 to 5. So they want freedom. So how is it possible? When we will get into an entrepreneurship and start our own business and put it on automation, and people will work for you and you will have this freedom over there. So psychological relief is possible in case of entrepreneurship. Next is helps in self expression. What is self expression? When you, if suppose if you're working in a job, if you're having a job and you're working for someone else, so you have to work as per according to them only, according to their beliefs. But in case of entrepreneurship, helps in self expression, which means whatever you think, whatever you believe, whatever is your perspective, you can bring that into reality. You can work on that, that this is my thought and we should work on this only. So it is only possible in case of entrepreneurship only. And the last one is independence, which is similar to freedom. Next is challenges. As it is very rightly said that every rose has its own thorn. So where there are benefits, there are challenges also for entrepreneurship. First of all is financial risk. If you're starting a business on a small scale, then it would not be a problem. But if you're starting at a large scale or a medium scale, then it might be a problem for all of you. Entrepreneurs invest their own money or take loans, but there's no guarantee of success. Sorry. Entrepreneurs have to, it's very much obvious, I'm starting a business, I have to bring some amount of money from my own pocket also. So there is always this risk whether my business will be successful or not. So there is always this financial risk. Either I will be successful, or either I am going to lose my money. It is very much obvious. So there is always this financial risk in the market when you're entering into the entrepreneurship. Next is market competition. Competing with well-established businesses and other startup can make it difficult to attract customers. Market competition. So if if I will pick any product, let's say even a smartphone, there are thousands of companies over there now. There are MI, there is Samsung, there is iPhone. iPhone is taking over. iPhone and Samsung both are always at competitive edge only. Sometimes whenever there is a new launch by the iPhone, there is new launch by the Samsung also. So in such kind of a competition, by making innovation, I am bringing my smartphone to the market. It will be very hard to strive over there. So this is one of the biggest challenges over there. Next is uncertainty and failure. It is always uncertain. We never know what is going to happen. If suppose I am into IT, I am a tech savvy entrepreneur, and I have brought a uh, modern technology to the market. We never know. Tomorrow, any other person will bring any other technology. Then my technology is going to be obsolete, isn't it? So, uncertainty and failure is always there. Next is work-life balance. So, we think that 9 to 5 job is difficult, but starting your own business is more difficult than doing working long hours. Entrepreneurs often work long hours, leading to stress, burnout, and difficulty managing personal life. So it becomes, I think, when a person enters into entrepreneurship, for the first 5 years, he should forget everything, family. Uh, he should forget about family. He should forget about every single thing. He should forget about friends. He should forget about sleep. There is no work life balance when you are entering into entrepreneurship. This is the biggest challenge. We keep on, it might be possible that after 10 years, when your business is working on your own and it has an automation based mode, then it is possible that that you are earning a huge amount of money and you are having financial freedom and everything. But for the initial to start, to once start your business, it might be very difficult for you to start a business. There will always be stress, burnout, and a lot of difficulty. Next is finding the right team. Once you have started your business, hiring is very much important. What kind of expertise do you need? You need expert in the field of marketing also. You need an expert in the field of research also. So finding the right team is also a challenge. Then legal and regulatory issues. Having, in every country it varies from country to country. In India also there is to enter into a business you have to take a lot of licenses. So legal and regulatory issues vary from country to country, and it is also very difficult. If I have to scale my business to from India to Indonesia, so I have to understand the rules and regulations of Indonesia also. So again, I need some other person from the Indonesia side to do business on my behalf. So legal and regulatory issues are there. Next is scaling the businesses, again a problem. As I said, customer acquisition and retention. First of all, finding the customer for the very first time, and then after selling my product to the customer for the very first time, and then maintaining a relationship with that person and retaining that customer. It is more difficult. Acquiring might be easier, but retaining a customer is more difficult. It is only possible when you will keep innovating. Next is adapting to the change. Entrepreneur must constantly innovate and adjust to trend, technology, and market shift. So always be ready to adapt to the change. Sometimes it is not possible because there are some political pressures also. There is some political shift, and the new party has came to the country. Then it might be difficult. It might bring new laws regarding to your business. So adapting to change might be a problem over there. And next is self motivation and resilience. So entrepreneurship is such a term where every single person will try to put a doubt on your own mind that whether you're doing the right thing, whether you're into the right kind of a business or not. So always have to be self motivated and have resilience. Always be resilient and keep doing your work. Next is funding challenges. We might not get the enough amount of money. It might be difficult for us to scale our businesses because it is not possible to get loan sanctions from various banks. There are a lot of banks and non-banking financial institutions who are providing loan to the entrepreneur, but still sometimes it becomes difficult to have funding. It might be because of the uh, poor business plan also. Okay, so funding challenges is also there. Next is unpredictable revenue. Unpredictable revenue. We never know what is the customer preference. Today whatever the taste is of the customer, tomorrow it might not be there. So day after tomorrow it might again come. So there is always unpredictable revenue. We cannot never uh, assume that tomorrow this is the revenue we are going to generate. This year this is the revenue we are going to have. We can only have target and keep working towards that. This is it. The next is product market fit, then trust and credibility, technology and innovation, managing business operation. All these are the challenges when a person faces. Okay, how his product will fit in the market. This is also a problem. Trust and credibility. Okay, how to trust your customers, how to trust most importantly your investors, and then your partners. So credibility and trust issues are always there. Then technology and innovation, keeping up with the rapid technological advancement. Again, a challenge. As I said that today I'm having a technology and tomorrow it might become obsolete because of innovation of a because of a launching of a new technology. Then my old technology, which I have just one day back got it into the market, it will automatically become obsolete. Next is managing business operation. Handling multiple aspects like sale, marketing, finance, customer service can be overwhelming. Individually it might be possible to handle, but collectively when we see a lot of problems generate out of it, so it is again a problem. Then we have economic and political factors. Then there might be a political shift, it will create a problem. Then we have supply chain and logistic issues. Then we have cyber security threat. Most importantly, almost everything is being recorded on internet only. Okay, we have databases where we have recorded all the data of the customers. We have leads generated over there, from where the customers are purchasing, where the customers are being active. We have credentials of a customer when they are making online payment. We have the credit card details and all. So cyber security threats, it is one of the biggest challenges in entrepreneurship, and for that we have to do tie-ups with the gateway companies who are providing us services of security when we are making when the customer is making a payment. So there are those gateways companies who are providing a security, so we have to make tie up with them. Next we have is unrealistic expectation. Never have unrealistic expectation that wow, our product is in boom and it is at saturation point and it will keep on working. Never do this. Always be realistic. Okay. Next is we have is myths about entrepreneurship. So there are some myths which are related to entrepreneurship. First one is entrepreneurs are born, not made. Actually, entrepreneurs are made, not born. So this is a myth. We keep on saying that his father was doing a business, he is also doing a business, his son is also doing a business. It is not like that. Entrepreneurship is not about inheritance, as I told. It is about skills. It is about efforts. It is about hard work. It is about persistence. Only then a person can become an entrepreneur. Next point is entrepreneurs need a lot of money to start. You don't need a lot of money. With a small amount of money, also you can start a business. You can start from a scratch. Always, business is started from a scratch only. So day by day, you need to nourish your business, and then it will boom. Then you have to be risk taking. So It is not always when we were doing the point types of entrepreneur, risk taker, and one was conservative. So the conservative comes over here. You have to be risk taking. It is not important that you have to be risk taking. Taking minimal risk also you can become an entrepreneur. So this is this point. Next is entrepreneurship equals freedom and flexibility. If anyone is thinking that I will start my own business and I will be free for my rest of my life and I will have a world trip, world tour, this is not possible. Entrepreneurship for the first 5 years, just forget everything and focus on the business only. Entrepreneurship equals freedom and flexibility. It is possible, but after a particular period of time when your business is settled. Next is entrepreneurs don't fail. It is the biggest myth. Entrepreneurs do fail. There are a lot of businesses, there are a lot of entrepreneurs out there. Before starting an actual business, they have tried thousands of times. Uh, Everyone know about KFC. He started at the age of 64. Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC. So what do we think that he has not started any businesses? It was only at the age of 64 only he got an idea? No, he definitely tried, but he was not successful. He was successful at the age of 64. Jeff Bezos became successful at the age of 30 in 30s or 40s, I guess, and Mark Zuckerberg became successful at the age of 20s, in his 20s. So it depends. You have to have a unique idea. It is not always important to have a unique idea, as we were doing a type of imitative entrepreneur. You can imitate someone's idea and bring into new market. Okay, so that is also an entrepreneurship. You will be your own boss and have complete control. Yes, you do have the right to make your decision, but you are not your own boss now. Once you have make a unit, it is a separate legal entity now. So you are not your own boss and you don't have a complete control. Every time your stakes are, you're selling your equity to some other person and making the person your co-founder or someone, and that person is also becoming your owner. Now you both are the owner now. If I'm having 100% equity and I need 10 crore rupees, and what will I do? I will give my 10% equity to some third person, and he will give me 10 crore, he will bring 10 crore to my business. Now that person is also an owner to my business. So I am not the only sole boss. By the end of the time, automatically you have to sell your equity and bring people into it. Then it will nourish. So you will be your own boss and have a complete control. It is a myth. Next are entrepreneurs are always confident. No, entrepreneurs at some point they also break. They also have stress. They also go into depression. So entrepreneurs are not always confident. But yes, it is one of the trait that entrepreneurs should have, that they should be confident enough to keep the business doing. Next is success comes quickly. It is also a myth. We have to keep working hard. Then the success will come. It might take 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, might, or maybe 50 years also. Next is entrepreneurs do not need a plan. Entrepreneurs do not need a plan is the biggest myth. You do need a plan. Whatever you're starting from your daily, day to day, whatever you do from the morning to night, you always need a plan. So entrepreneurs also need a plan. Entrepreneurs work alone. Entrepreneurs does not work alone. There is always a person who will guide you, as we were doing in the stages of entrepreneurship. First one was dreamer and the second one was architect. So when the architect person came to the entrepreneurship, automatically this myth is wrong over there, and automatically now there are two people working over there. When we will sell a product, we need a marketing team. Now again the entrepreneur is not alone. Research and development team. When the research and development is being done, again the entrepreneur is not alone. So at every step, entrepreneur is not alone. Entrepreneur could start his business on his own initially, but when the business is running now, so at that point, entrepreneur is never alone. Next is entrepreneurs don't need formal education. This is also a biggest myth, that entrepreneurs also need a formal education, at least in the field which they are getting into. They need information about the product. They need education regarding to the product. They need education about the market. They need education about the politics. They need education about the regulatory compliances, legal compliances. They need formal education. Next is 5 M's of entrepreneurship. I hope everyone has read about marketing mix. There are seven P's of marketing mix. Without those 7 P's, marketing is not possible. Product, price, place, promotion, process, physical evidence. So these are some of the P's of marketing mix. In the same way, entrepreneurship also have 5 M's. We don't have P's over here, we have M's. There are 5 M's which are very much necessary when we are getting into entrepreneurship. Otherwise, our business is not possible. First one is man, human resource. Well, what is human resource? Entrepreneur and employee are the backbone of any business. Entrepreneur also need employees. We need HR team, we need marketing team, we need research and development, we need a sales manager and all. We need skilled, motivated and innovative team to enhance productivity. We need innovation at every level. We need innovation at the time of providing services also. We need innovation at the time of producing a product also. We need innovation at the time of covering the market also. So every time we need innovation. So we need skilled employees. Leadership is also required over there. And last one is human capital development, such as training and mentorship is essential. And how to keep this manpower updated is, how is it possible? With the help of training and mentorship. So the first M is that manpower, human resources. Second is material. Now, if we have to make a sale of the product, we also need material. So this includes raw material and other inputs required for production. The quality and availability of material impact product quality and cost. The quality which we are getting, it will impact the product quality and cost. If you are getting a bad quality, uh, definitely the product will not be of good quality and the customers will not purchase it. In the same way, effective supply chain management ensures efficiency. When from the production till the product is being provided to the customer, all the supply chain management, it should be very effective. Only then it is possible that each and every person is working efficiently. Last one is sustainability and ethical sourcing are growing concern. So this second M is a material. First one was first one was man, material. Then we have machine, money, and method. What is machine? Technology and equipment. Again, what kind of technology will we have? Earlier, I have told you that we should whether we should go for purchasing an asset or whether we should go for a lease financing. So here the point comes. When we're talking about machinery, always go for a lease financing only. Because why? This is the only way we cannot block our money and we will have a lot amount of money in our hand and we can invest it somewhere else in a company or in an entrepreneurship. Machinery and tools improve efficiency and reduce labor costs. When we bring a good quality machinery and tools, and it will automatically improve the efficiency and reduce labor costs. If today I am able to produce 100 units in 1 hour, if I'm having a better machinery, I could have produced 1,000 units in 1 hour of a good quality too. So machinery is very much important. Automation and digitalization increase productivity. And next we have is the right technology can provide a competitive edge. What is competitive edge? When there are two parties, when there are two companies producing the same kind of a product, but they same kind of product is being provided at a cheaper rate by me and of a good quality, automatically I have a competitive edge. How is it possible? When I will have a machinery of a good quality. So this is our third M, machine. Next is money, capital and finance. Adequate funding is needed for the startup, operation and expansion. Money is very much important. If I am starting a business, first of all, my first responsibility is to bring my money to bring money of my own into the business, and after that, I will look for investments also. Now, investment could be of any kind. I can go for uh, I can go for like sell my equity to someone and bring that person into it with along with his money along with his expertise also, or I can go for debt financing. Okay, or I can go for uh, or either I can go for loan from a bank, from a non-bank financial institutions also. There are a lot of arrangements over there, financial arrangements from where I can get money. So money, how will I get my arrange, how my capital will be structured, how I'm going to do my capital budgeting and capital structure, all these points are will be covered over here. And the last one is method. It includes processes and strategies. Include business model, operational procedure, marketing strategy, innovation, adaptability. All these points are over there. That how what will be the strategies, how I'm to bring changes to my processes, how I'm to improve my business model. Okay, what is going to be my vision in the future. So this come on the last point, that is method. Legal and ethical consideration must be also be followed over here. A strategy should be such which should be aligned with the government rules and regulations. Now, at last, we have need for entrepreneurship. Why do we need entrepreneurship? We need entrepreneurship because it will help employment generation. With the help of entrepreneurship, it is possible to provide better education and awareness to the people. Better practical knowledge will be given to the people. Increases risk and taking ability. increases risk taking ability. So it is only possible when a person will start doing businesses and get into entrepreneurship and have the courage to get into it. Next is support of family members, then developing equal status in society. Why do we need entrepreneurship? Because once, if I am getting into entrepreneurship, if I am running a business now, then automatically I will have a status in the society. How is it possible? If I will be doing a business on my own, if I will doing some innovations on my own. So own identity, I will have my own identity now. I will be independent. I will have freedom. I will have financial freedom. I have a bright. I'm going to have a bright future. Uh, Apart from having bright future of my own, I will provide bright future to others also. And the last one is increase confidence and positivity. So it will automatically boost the confidence, and I will always try to do something new in the market. So how can we promote entrepreneurship? This is the last point, this last slide of our presentation. To set up entrepreneurial development institutes in every state with the help of a government. If we set up entrepreneurial development institutes in every state, it will be very much possible to boost entrepreneurship in each and every country. Next is recognize and celebrate entrepreneurship among youth as a preferred career. Rather than going for placements in the campuses, we should also help students to go for entrepreneurship also. We should provide them required support so that they can start their own businesses. Next is enhance access to finance. Again, financial knowledge, it should be provided by the banks and non-banking financial institutions to the normal people, so that they should know that what schemes are available if they have to start an entrepreneurship. Next is reduce time of starting a business and ease down the complex procedure of government licensing and such activities like finance and banking, etc. Once the government licensing and this complex procedure will be made easier, automatically people will be encouraged to enter into the entrepreneurship, because still there are a lot of people who are not educated and who are not able to understand uh, what is the procedure of how to take license, how to do all the regulatory compliances. So it will be easier for them, for a normal person, to do this once this complex procedure are made easier. And the last point is promote entrepreneurship among women and other underprivileged. So we should also entrepreneurship is not only confined to the males. It should women should also get equal opportunity, and the underprivileged should also be encouraged to enter into this entrepreneurship. Thank you so much. So every big enterprises starts with a small dream. So keep dreaming, and I hope one day uh, everyone will start their own business. And thank you.
Thank you so much for your presentation. Yeah, and for our participant, if you have any question for the speaker, please enter the chat or you can raise your hand. Yeah, we have three questions sure from participant already read in the Zoom. Hello, Chef.
I'm not able to see.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, for our first question, we have question from Mr. Abdul. Wait, just a minute. Yeah, how do entrepreneur handle failure, and how do entrepreneur come up with innovative idea? Thank you.
Just a second. I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's okay, sir.
How do entrepreneurs handle failure, and how do entrepreneurs come up with innovative ideas? Is this the first question?
Yes.
As I already said, that never consider your problem as a problem. If you will start considering your failure as a failure, automatically it will double. It will not only double, it will get triple. So never consider your failure as a failure. So it's just a beginning. So always assume, whenever you're getting into a business, always assume that the first 5 or 10 businesses, or let's say if you're starting a business, always assume that the first 5 years you're not going to earn anything. If you will already have expectations, failure is not about what you're earning or what you're not earning. It's always about expectations. We already start having expectation at the very beginning, that this is what we're going to do in the first half, in the first 6 months or the next 6 months. Then that is the reason why people have this. And how to how do entrepreneurs come up with the innovative ideas? Just keep having imaginary scenarios in your mind. All those writers, all those authors, all what are they doing? They are having imaginary scenarios. Nothing is real. Even in the movies, nothing is real. It is all imaginative, isn't it? So how is that idea coming up? It is with the help of brainstorming. We should learn how brainstorming is done. Once you learn how brainstorming is done, then automatically these ideas will pop up. Always try to looking for a problem wherever you go. Automatically you will, whenever you will find a problem, you will find two solutions to it. We don't need any innovative ideas. Only the solution which no one has found out, that is the innovative idea for you. Next one is, what are the biggest challenges entrepreneur face, and how motivates people can still to become entrepreneur. I think for me, the biggest challenges is the government only. If the government can support, and it will be very easier for each and every person to start a businesses. It because every time the budget comes, every year the budget comes, the government gives a budget that how they're going to use the revenue generated by the public. So if I guess the more campaigns and more awareness regarding the entrepreneurship will be given over there, and so I think the more people will be able to get into it. Next is, what skills are important to becoming a successful entrepreneur? Tenacity. Tenacity is the uh, most important skill, I guess. Just keep trying till you are able, till you are not achieving your goal. Just keep trying. Whether it is taking 5 years, 10 years, just be patient. Always be patient. Never have this in your mind that you need it in the next day. I need it by the end of the day. Never have this. Always have to be patient. Some people have taken 10 years of it's kind of a meditation only, where you just keep doing it till you get something. So I think the tenacity is very much important. Anything else? Any other question?
We have one more question again, sir, from Miss Paulina.
What is the question? Can you repeat it, please?
What skill are most important for becoming a successful entrepreneur? Thank you.
Yeah, I have already answered. The tenacity is very much important. This is the most important skill. Brainstorming is very much important when you want to become an entrepreneur.
Thank you very much. I guess no one else is came again. And before I continue, Roland, for all participants, please submit your camera. I will take a picture on the count of three. Okay, one, two, three. Okay, another one. One, two, three. Thank you for your cooperation.
Thank you so much.
Finally, we come to the end of this lecture today. We would like to thank you for Mr. Ashok Kumar for the wonderful information and sharing your knowledge. We hope this information will be beneficial for our participants. At least we have preparation in the future with Chandigarh Group Colleges Punjab, India. The visiting lecture for today and here. We will see you soon. Thank you and please stay. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you so